Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative. If you are a new viewer, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are a returning viewer, then thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. And it will help the algorithm, guys. So please make sure you like and subscribe. But today, we're going to be talking about something a little juicy, guys. Now, we're going to be talking about these two, I wouldn't say heavy hitters. I'm just going to say one heavy hitter and one weirdo. Okay. So, I believe this debate was yesterday on Piers Morgan when Candace Owens and Rabbi Shmuley went head. Well, I'm not even going to call him Rabbi Shmuley. I'm just going to call him Shmuley. Okay. Because he's definitely not, he's no rabbi. Okay. So they was debating and this, that, and the third. And it honestly was a pretty good debate on Candace Owens' ends, guys. Now, I can't say the same thing about Shmuley because all he was doing was just adding, his 2 cents. He basically was just adding hominem, insults. He was basically just trying to come at Candace Owens' character, her family. And it's like, trying to call Christians bad. And like, this guy is absolutely unhinged, like Candace Owens said, guys. This dude is like, who made this dude a rabbi? I have no idea. I don't even think Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire is fond of this guy anymore. But, Candace Owens, she came with the facts. She was basically saying that, things like, the Gaza Strip is being occupied by, Israel, and it's been occupied for almost 60 plus years. And these people have been bombing them. And they have put more tons of bombs on the Gaza Strip, than Dresden. So this is honestly like kind of concerning to a lot of Americans now. I mean, I'm not picking no sides on this war, guys. That's why I don't really want to speak about it. But it was a fairly good conversation. And then they proceeds to talk about Michael Jackson and how Shmuley was on the list of him being one of the worst people in Michael Jackson's life. I actually believe that this Shmuley guy is part of the reason why Michael Jackson is dead. But hey, I'm just saying it might be, okay? And it got pretty heated, guys. Like, Rabbi Shmuley is just a joke. This guy he had some facts, but he just let his character, like his character is trash, bro. Like, he thinks he's better than somebody. Anything that, anything you say against Rabbi Shmuley, it's wrong, or it's false, or, oh, well, they should have did this, or they should have done that. Like, I believe he had a video too about basically trying to mock Candace Owens after she got fired from the Daily Wire. And he's honestly just weird, guys. I think his daughter sells, adult toys, and he's just fairly just weird. I'm not gonna say he's dumb, but he's just weird, guys. If I wouldn't want this guy representing, me. If he was a rabbi, I wouldn't want him representing me at all. But Candace Owens, she definitely held her own in this debate, guys, and she came with the facts. She actually humiliated Shmuley because he didn't even know that, Dresden was lesser bombings than Gaza. Like, that's crazy. But I'm gonna let you guys decide. I'm gonna have to cut it and edit it a little bit because I don't want to get a copyright. But let me know what you guys think about this debate, guys. Take a look.
Well, if it's quick,
The biggest issue I have with Candace, to be honest, is that she claims to be a Christian. Candace, didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? Is the love you show me that you call me filth twice on the last show that you did with Pierce a piece of filth? You're supposed to love your enemies. Is that turning the other cheek? And Pierce, you're an English gentleman. I've known you for many years. You allowed her to say that without even a piece of filth. When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When the arrogance, the nonstop attack against Jews, the demonization. If you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ.
Jews, Christians, is that we all recognize that Rabbi Shmuley is unhinged. He's just mentally mentally, in my view, unwell. And I don't say that as an attack. I say that as just a reality, because I've never seen someone just make things up out of thin air that were never said, and trying to screen that as a defense of black people. The black people will never accept Rabbi Shmuley after Michael Jackson put him on a list of people who he felt were ruining his life. So now going back to the context of what you've asked us to speak about today, I think one of the things that the world is recognizing, and what we've always recognized, is that there are radical fringe sects that break out within every single religion, amongst every race. There's white supremacy, there's black supremacy, there's radical Islam, there are all of these Christ cults around the world. And I think right now it's important for people to understand that radical Judaism is also a thing. And you're watching an example of it right now on your screen. It posted on his Facebook page in 2016 a tribute to someone who he said was his mentor. That was Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. He said he was his mentor and his friend. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Rabbi Schneerson, there were some Jews who believed that he was and is the Messiah. So rejecting Christ, but believing that that rabbi was his Messiah. There was this radicalized faction of the Lubavitch Orthodox community in Brooklyn that were digging tunnels in Brooklyn and hurling benches at police officers. Well, and by the way, this is per the Times of Israel. That faction of individuals are followers of Rabbi Schneerson. So again, you have Rabbi Shmuley who believes that that's his mentor. They believe that he was the Messiah. What is it? It becomes important to understand, what did Rabbi Schneerson preach? Well, he preached Jewish supremacism, the hatred of all non-Jews. And you don't have to take my word for it, because if I said it, they would say that's anti-Semitism. You should instead take the word of the two Jewish professors who translated his work. Those authors' names were Israel Shahak and Norin Mezvinsky. And their book was entitled Jewish Fundamentalism in Israel.
Pierce, your guest just called me mentally unhinged. She called me filth twice on your show. You did not just say to her, Candace, can you stop the ad hominem attacks? Did I ever say anything? I stuck to policy. Can you at least just be fair and say that's unnecessary, Candace, or is this too against law?
Well, no. You spent 4 minutes lacerating her.
Calling me mentally unhinged, is that
you're sitting there to defend that charge.
Is that ad hominem?
You spent 4 minutes attacking her personally. She's perfectly entitled
Pierce,
to
with all
return
due
the
respect,
favour.
with all due respect, when one of your guests calls someone else filth, I think that you, as an English gentleman, should step in. But let me answer your question. Some documentary she watched called The Savage Peace on the BBC, which wasn't even about the Allies. She always distorts. It was about the Czechoslovakia, a country that no longer even exists. And as far as what she said about Michael Jackson putting me on enemies list, that is a total fabrication. It was invented by someone named Dieter Wietzner, who sued Michael Jackson for $64 million, tried to shake him down. I worked to save Michael's life. Candace Owens never met Michael Jackson. I was his rabbi for 2 years. I love him. I missed him. I tried to get him off of drugs. She said that I killed him. And talk about the contempt for people struggling with addiction, that she would say the Jews killed Michael Jackson. And with all due respect, Pierce, you have not said that one of those things, that I'm a murderer, a man who doesn't have a speeding ticket, who doesn't have a parking ticket, is a murderer, and the police have to come and the FBI to protect me. Are you going to say...
I'm going to say to you, Rabbi Shmuley, once again, you've just singularly failed to answer my question. So if you're just going to continue, every time I ask you a question about the war, which is the point of the debate, to just launch into Candace or her family or whatever, that's your...
And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley. The fact that you would try to say, I am Jewish, and this is what I believe, and do and say the things that you are doing. People can see and hear evil, and what you are doing right now is an act of evil. The lies that you are telling, not just on me, but also on my family members, are a good example for the world to see what we are referring to when we call something radical Zionism.
Okay, Rabbi Shmuley.
Okay, is that it is when Candace says it is demonic.
You wanted the source from Candace.
I never got.
I
never got between.
Rabbi Shmuley, you wanted the source from Candace. I think she has one. Well, why don't you let her answer? I think she has one.
Let me fact check this source as well. So 70,000
yes, I want to see where Israel dropped more bombs on Gaza than Dresden.
70,000 tons of explosive have been dropped on the Gaza Strip.
You mean she said it and now she's fact-checking it? You're kidding me, right?
Well, you're asking me to give you the direct source live, and I'm going to look it up for you. So give me 1 second.
I don't have a computer on me. I don't have a computer on me. This is ridiculous.
Let her finish.
This is a cheat sheet. This is absurd.
Let her answer the question.
Go ahead.
So 2,700 tons of bombs were dropped on Dresden in an 800 bomber air raid. And that is according to Britannica, the encyclopedia.
And what was the tonnage of bombs dropped in Gaza?
70,000 tons of explosives were dropped in the Gaza Strip, and I got that from CNN.
Through the duration of the war today?
Okay,
is that said? Hang on. What she said, to be clear, was that the Israeli...
It's also in the New York Times.
The Israeli Defense Force had dropped more bombs on Gaza than were dropped on Dresden. That is true. Do you accept that, Rabbi Shmuley?
You know, Pierce, I find this an astonishing debate.
You asked for the proof.
First of all, I don't... Wait, what do you mean it's true? Because she said it's true?
No, do you accept that?
Now, me personally, what I think about this debate, Candace Owens won. She absolutely smoked this so-called rabbi. And what this guy was saying during this debate, talking about her family, trying to basically mock. This dude said he is the second coming of Christ, guys. as a Christian, you gonna have to run my fade saying stuff like that, bro, because I read the Bible fairly, bro. You're not so, and honestly, I really feel like Christians should start stepping up. I feel like Christians done got really soft nowadays, guys. Like, you can't just keep on disrespecting my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ like this, bro. You don't hear us talking about you don't hear us disrespecting nobody else's religion. You guys don't disrespect Muslims. You guys don't disrespect Hindu people. You guys don't disrespect Jews for sure. Like, why do you guys always got to try to disrespect Christianity? You do know that's the most popular religion in the world, right? Majority of the world is Christian. So for you to say, oh, if she's this, then I'm the second coming of Christ. Dude, your words are going to really eat you one day. I'm not even going to talk bad on you, but you need to do better. Because at this point, you are an embarrassment to the Jewish people. Like, dude, I wouldn't even believe if you took that hat off. Like, I wouldn't even believe you're Jewish. I think you're a hillbilly somewhere or in a trailer. Excuse my language, but this dude is really unhinged, man. Like, then your daughter's selling sex toys. Like, bro, why are you allowing this if you're a rabbi? If you're a rabbi, that's what I'm like. If you're a rabbi, then I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like this, I could go there, but I'm not going to go there with this fool, guys. But Candace Owens, she held her own. I think she did a very, very good job. She fact-checked him a lot. Piers Morgan was fact-checking him a lot too. And I mean, Shmuley didn't know what to do. He just didn't know what to do. He kept on trying to say Candace Owens was cheating because she had a laptop in front of her. What are you talking about? Like, I mean, you didn't know it. And you brought up Dresden. You brought that up, not her. And she was fact-checking you. You acting like other people isn't watching this debate. That's why, like, this debate actually got me wowed up for Kamala versus Trump, guys. Seriously, like, I'm ready for that debate. But as far as Candace and Shmuley, like, Candace won this debate, hands down, and it's not even close. It's not even close, guys. Candace won this debate. Why? Because she kept her composure. She brought the facts. And, I mean, Shmuley just looked like a fool. He just looked like a fool. All he did was bash Candace in the beginning. And then he just kept on trying to bash her family, her image, all of her, like, her career stats. Like, everything is just bad on this guy's end. You did not, actually, I wouldn't even say you didn't do a good job. You did a terrible job, Shmuley. Terrible job. I thought you would have at least came harder than this. You made it too easy for Candace, if I'm being honest. I honestly I thought it was fake at first. Because it's like, you basically rage quit. You rage quit and you let Candace win off of you losing your composure. Hey, like, everybody's watching this debate, Shmuley, and I cannot believe you after what, guys, this dude really thinks can't nobody tell him anything. If what he say is right, it's right. And there's nothing like else you can say about it. But Candace is giving you facts that there is a such thing as, you know, Jewish. I ain't want to say it, okay? Because I don't know how YouTube get down. But, I mean, the Germans did it. We did it. Why wouldn't you think the Jewish people aren't capable of doing it? But, hey, you guys be my guests. You know, let me know in the comments who won this debate, guys. So, me personally, I think Candace won, but you're going to have some other people that, you know, think otherwise. But, man, let me know, guys. Tune in next time to the next video. And I am out of here, guys. Peace.